Hey family, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making some delicious chicken birria tacos. Get ready and we are going to go through this step by step. Now here is just a quick preview of the ingredients we're going to be using, and I'll go through each and everything one by one throughout the video. For the chicken, I used 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon paprika, and 1 teaspoon of complete seasoning. I like complete seasoning, and I realize that I say it in my videos and not everybody knows what it is. So just a little view of what it looks like. You can get it at your local grocery store. In the pan, I had put 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil to cook up the chicken, but it was a little bit juicy. I forgot that, the chicken's going to create some moisture. So I took some of this out, and later on, we're going to add it back into our broth. So you're going to cook the chicken on the skin side down first for about 5 to 7 minutes so that it gets a nice golden brown color. We're not cooking it through, we're just giving it some color and getting some of that delicious fat cooked. Once you've cooked all the chicken down, you're going to add in your vegetables. Don't worry about the bits at the bottom of the pan. If you've watched my videos before, you know how much I love bits. That is just a little bit extra seasoning that's going to add a delicious touch to the broth, or the sauce that we're going to make, not broth. After you've sauteed the onion and garlic for a little bit and you add in everything, you add in the dried chili peppers and just stir it up a bit. And then you're going to add in your chicken broth. For this, I use chicken broth because I use chicken. But if you're using beef, you would use beef broth. I added an additional cup of vegetable broth just so that I had enough sauce for everything. There goes that little bit of oil that I told you that was going to go back into the pot just for some added flavor. I'm not sure if it did add any flavor, but I figured there's no point of you wasting it. Now in this, I only use 3 of the chili peppers, only because my son was going to be eating this and he does not get down with spicy food like that. So I had to be mindful for his palate, but please add as many as you like. I definitely added in some of that sauce that it came in the can into my own little bit of sauce for when I dipped in my tacos. Now you don't see it in this clip, but I did add in about 10 whole peppercorns into the broth, but I somehow lost that little bit of footage. We're gonna let this steam for probably about, I want to say it was about 15-20 minutes. Once the chicken is cooked through a bit, once the chicken was cooked through, I took them out and set them aside, and I removed the cinnamon stick and the bay leaves. After you've taken out all of those juicy pieces of chicken and the bay leaf and the cinnamon stick, you're going to remove almost all, if you can, all of the vegetables from the sauce and blend that with a little bit of the juice. Pour it right back in there. It's going to thicken up your sauce. I don't like to leave anything left behind, so I added a little bit of the liquid back into the blender cup just so I can get the last bits of that blended broth into the pot. Just kidding, not pan. Lastly, before I added the chicken back in, I put in 1 Maggie cube, and the broth came out really delicious. Not broth, I keep saying broth, but it's sauce. It's consommé. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Let me know in the comments if I did or if I did not. I'm always open to learn. So you're going to take some of that sauce back out and you're going to save it so that you can dunk in those delicious birria tacos. After you're satisfied with the taste of your sauce, you're going to add in your chicken, which I shredded after it was cooled a little bit because I didn't want to burn my little fingers. I allowed this to simmer for probably about another, I want to say 10-15 minutes before I decided I could not wait any longer and I needed to eat these things because it smelled so good in my house. Woo! So your corn tortilla needs to be dipped in and saucy. You're going to add it to a hot skillet. Doesn't have to be cast iron. With some cheese. I used cheddar cheese and pepper jack cheese for this, but there are tons of other cheeses that you could use. Please feel free to use whatever you choose. This is just what I had in my refrigerator. And of course, you know, I had to come in a little bit close so you can see all of that bubbling sauce and that melty gooey cheese and inspire you to go and create this for yourself because this was quite delicious. After making these at home, I am determined to find a restaurant that serves these because I want to have the authentic version of these delicious tacos. Clearly I wasn't patient and I tried to put 2 to a pan. It worked out okay, but really you should just focus on doing 1 at a time and don't be like me. Now that you've seen the steps, I hope you're inspired to go out and get the ingredients and try this and see how easy it was to make and how good it is to eat. Silly me, before I forget, add in some diced onions and some cilantro to your sauce, dip and eat. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more.